starting off with a killer book. And Ben, if you guys don't believe that synchronicity doesn't follow me everywhere I go, here's another perfect example. Me and Ben don't talk during the week about any of the books that he's going to put on the list. Okay. I get the list the day of and I make it. And usually I'm kind of hurrying to get this done by the time we hit the go button. So I know nothing on this list. And the almost 10 this week starts off with Vampires Everywhere, the official prop replica version. And if you guys don't know what this is, Stein, let them know.
Lost Boys.
Do I know what it's? Yeah, Lost Boys. Yeah, that's all I knew. I really didn't know much about it.
You don't know about this?
That it was only given out at a premiere or something like that, or is that what it was?
All right, so let's fix this.
You know where you can find them? Want me to tell you?
Well, hold on.
I'll just keep it a secret.
Yeah, put it in the private chat. Put it in the private chat. All right. Here's what you guys should need to know about this, okay? So this book is the book where the kid, what's his name? Sam gets when Corey Haim plays Sam, when Corey Feldman, hands him the book or whatever. And he basically says to him, I don't like horror comics. And they say, well, you'll like this one, Mr. Phoenix. It could save your life, which I always loved because, I'm in Phoenix. And anytime you're a kid and you see they call out your city, you're stoked. And I was into comics, right? So I remember just geeking out over that. But this is the book that they hand him. And check this out. The original comic that was created for the film, and it was signed by all the cast members, is still in the possession of Joe Ferreira II, who is the owner of Atlantis Fantasy World Comics, who we're going to have on the industry show in the future. So
I did not know that. That's so cool.
Right? Isn't that crazy, dude? So
that is crazy.
This was available in 2019 from Bottleneck Gallery. They did 2 books, and the Ash Can. They did the Ash Can in 2 books. One where it's the original comic in a lenticular. The other one is Destroy All Vampires, the second book, and then some 3D glasses because they did it in 3D. And then they had the Ash Can. All of them limited to 750. And it looks like you could have got, multiple versions of, if you just wanted one or the other, if you wanted all 3. They are no longer available. And it looks like they were about $35 to $25 to $35 for the set. So how much are they selling for now, Stein?
Well, what's weird is, so I sent you that link, but this Ash Can actually is like is that cover, but it's like closer up, like it's more zoomed in, and so it looks a little bit different than that one on the left. It's that image. It's just a little bit closer. But that one sold for $120 by itself.
Wow. And there's probably not. Is there very many on eBay? JC Comics stuff says lots of fakes of this, mass produced, but there's only 700. The site says there's only 750 of them. Do we know if that's wrong?
I think he's talking about the replicas.
Well, that's what the site is. The site says the replicas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what the site was selling. These actual books that sold on eBay. They call it replicas because that's how they get away with printing them. But it says here, working alongside Justin Ishmael, we are proud to announce 3D Vampires Everywhere / Destroy All Vampires prop replica comic book sets with the custom 3D glasses and added 3D pages. This comic book variant is a loving homage to the Blackthorn Comics line of 3D comics they produced and became popular for in the 1980s. The prop replica comics also feature a modern touch with a special 3D lenticular motion cover, which creates the illusion of depth without glasses. These are limited edition of 750 copies, never to be reproduced again. We will also be releasing a very limited amount of deluxe 4 comic book sets, which include the 2 original comics, plus these new 3D versions, and the ash can that was released during the screening in NYC. And it says that those are limited, I believe, to 752, but I could be wrong. So maybe the lenticular one and the 3Ds and the full size of these are limited to 750. Those might be worth more. I don't know. We have to do a deep dive into this.
I don't
Kind of
know.
cool.
I did. I mean, I think it did say this ash can did come from NYCC.
Mm-hmm. So they were given out at the screening. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Another example of why it's cool to go to panels nowadays, man. You get cool books like this. So,
yeah.
Brad Selden says, Team Corey Haim. I agree. All right. Moving on. Celebrate Diversity Catalog, issue number 1 from 1994, distributed by Diamond Comics, which is kind of interesting. This is very interesting. I mean, got a lot of great IPs on it. Beavis and Butthead, Bone, Hellboy, Sandman, Crow. I mean, Archie, The Mask, the dinosaur guys. I don't know what those dinosaurs are, but I call them dinosaur guys. Cerberus. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. That's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't remember ever hearing about this before. Do you guys know anything about this?
So
No.
It was a promotional sampler with stories and solicitations intended to introduce comic shops and collectors to independent titles. Interior stories from Concrete, Cerberus, Hate, Dr. Radium, ElfQuest, Archie, The New Frontier, Book of Twilight, and Hellboy. Shout out Nick at Key Collector for that information.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, it was a CGC 9.4 that sold for $300 on this. So this is pretty expensive. I think this is magazine size too.
It is. Yeah, it's big.
Wow.
Pretty cool. More promo comics, right? They were just giving away. So
yeah, and what's funny is we take this from 30 years ago, because I saw Brad's comment woke before woke. But yeah, this was not like when we say diversity now, this has nothing to do with
diversity
as we think of today.
Of comic
this is
book characters, yeah.
Yeah. This is completely different. It's weird how words change in just a few short years.
Yep. Amen. CGC 9.4 for $300, you guys. So if you guys have any high grade copies or come across any books selling. Moving on to the next book. All right. There's multiple books on the list tonight that McClay needs to get. This is another one. The Omnificent Outcast, number 1. This is from Trident Comics in 2001. Now, this was I believe, just a self-produced comic. I've contacted Trident Comics to try to find out more about this. I haven't heard anything yet. And the cool part about this is not only that Outcast is on here, but also Slim Cutta Calhoun, which is another amazing artist from that time period in that crew, that Atlanta crew, that I forget what do they call their where they where they recorded everything. The chat will let me know. Anyways, the cannabis has been good to me tonight, but this is an excellent comic book to add to your collection right here.
Is it just me, or does that look like Michael Jordan? Is that
it does look like Michael Jordan. Yeah.
It's very strange. Like, it just looks like Michael Jordan.
The Dungeon Family. Thank you, Remo. That's what it is. The Dungeon Family, part of the Dungeon Family. So,
again, it's very. I mean, this is a book I've never heard of. I've never heard of Trident Comics.
It's funny. It's funny because they have Andre 3000 down perfectly. Big Boy is a little bit off, I think, but they have Andre down perfectly, man. Like, great job on that. So I'm gonna find out more about this. I'm gonna see if there's any more available because this thing sells for a pretty penny raw, $150, right?
Yeah, $150 raw on this. So this is not cheap at all. You're not just going to get it for like $10 or something like that. So I mean, you might if you see it, obviously definitely get it then. But
Good luck seeing that. There can't be that many out there, right?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
We'll find out soon. Like I said, multiple books that have been added to the McClay list. Here's another one. All right, moving on. This one blew me away just for the price that it's selling for. Venom, issue number 23 from the 2012 run. This is the Humberto Ramos variant. Now, some places say that it was a ratio variant. I didn't get that from cover price, but I've seen weird ratios on this. 1 in 30, right, Stein? Is that what you saw on this?
Yeah. My comic shop says it's a 1 in 30. This is a hideous cover too. I've never seen a square crotch before. It's and its torso is like like the longest torso in history, and he's got these little stubby legs. But
Hey,
this sold for $400 raw.
what?
Yes,
And a 99, right? CGC 99?
raw.
What? My God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing.
So we'll see if they start popping up. See how rare they are. Next, we have one of my favorite all-time books, Invader Zim, issue 13, the Alex Pardee variant. I think I picked up a 9.8 of this last year. I'm pretty sure I did. I got to go double check, again, cannabis. But Alex Pardee is one of my all-time favorite artists, and this is a great book to have. A couple good Invader Zim books in that run.
Yeah, this cover is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like when you really start like looking at it, it really pops. Yeah, this is a crazy looking cover. This is not an incentive, right? This is just like a B cover.
Yeah, just a B cover.
Yeah.
Do you know who created this Invader Zim?
Johann Vasquez.
You got it. And Johann Vasquez also created
Johnny
Homicidal Maniac. Was it Squee? I Feel Sick.
I Feel Sick. And Lenore.
Lenore. A independent god in comic books. And shameless plug, I'll have a Johnny the Homicidal Maniac #1 first print available, I believe, in my next Whatnot sale.
Nice.
Yeah. But again, two great creators. I'm a big Johann Vasquez fan too, and this is just a perfect. There's a really good UFO aliens cover in the Invader Zim run too. But
yeah, it's done really well, man. The green and the red, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen this one, and I'm a huge fan of Invader Zim, and it is pretty cool. Now I got to go and fucking get it, man.
All right.
Yeah,
it's cheap though.
yeah,
It's gone down.
It's good.
Yeah. It basically was the sales that I could see from before were like $5 to $10, and this sold for 20 plus this week. So this one just looks cool. It looks like honestly the background initially, like just kind of glancing at it, I thought it was David Mack at first, just from the background. And then I saw the rest of it, and I'm like, okay, well maybe it's not that, but it almost looks like a Mac.
Yeah, from the background.
Water. Yeah, in the background. But
well, he announced a new card for his. You know how he does those baseball cards. He did the Topps Project 70 cards.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he just announced this one.
I didn't know
for
that.
his Brightmares card. He does each team, and this is the Yankees version, which is awesome.
Oh yeah, I saw you. I was watching the replay from Wednesday's show. I thought I saw y'all talking about that one.
Is this the same guy that Aaron got his Wemby?
Yes.
card?
Yeah, this is
nice,
Alex Pardee.
nice.
There
Hell
we
yeah.
go. Yeah, and you can see some of his art here. He's got a really cool, discernible style. Look at these bright mares. Look at that one. That one's great. That's a shirt.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
That's a shirt, special shirt and print he had for San Diego. Yeah, he's just. I mean, you can totally look at that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some craziness.
Yeah,
this guy's like the artist.
I picked
So,
up
like,
one of
that's cool.
these, and it's
That is
acetate.
Cool.
It's clear acetate underneath, where the green is on, and I had him sign it in gold, which is badass.
Oh, that looked cool.
I
Yeah,
love Matt
That
Ball.
Wemby looks badass.
yeah. The Wemby. There you go.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a Garbage Pail Kid style.
Yeah.
Victor. No, there you go. Alex Pardee, for everybody that doesn't know. Go search the Invader Zim books too. All right, next. This one took me a little time to find out information on. Danger Girl 20 Years, the Planet Awesome Comics exclusive Virgin variant. This was originally, I believe, a foreign cover that they did for Cliffhanger magazine or Cliffhanger. I believe it's UK, but I could be wrong. I think that's the original right there. And they decided to do a Virgin variant for the 20-year anniversary of Danger Girl. So,
Yeah, I think Yi gave me this book.
Oh, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah, they with that 20th anniversary, they did several. They kind of updated a couple of them, but then they kind of just used kind of like the
Ruby one.
Yeah. This one obviously was never a cover in the US before, so this was kind of like the first. I think this was like the first time we could get this in the US. Is that right?
Yeah, because the Cliffhanger one was French.
Right. Yeah, this one sold for 150 raw this week. So that was a nice present from Yi Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. He put out some special exclusives for that too himself, and they're still available on his site. So if there's any J. Scott Campbell fans, look up the Danger Girls 20 Years variants on his site. He did. There's like they sold out of the third cover, but the other ones are still available. So,
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I would just be hating life if I was out there in my panties in the snow, like in the Russian snow. That looks awful.
It depends. She could be smoking a blunt right before she's about to jump back in a hot tub.
I guess. I don't know. That's just that looks terrible.
Yeah. She's doing the opposite of what Joe Rogan does.
What is Awesome Sauce at Red Hood? Please, what?
Red Hood, please answer Ryan's question. I also like.
He just wanted.
Press him.
He's trying to get in touch with you to for some pressing.
Oh, Ryan, you could hit me up on my IG, man.
Check the messages that you have to look for, because he said they're probably in there.
Yeah, where you have to approve them or something like that.
Yeah. Shout out to Mrs. Horsecock Express for the $4.99 super sticker. All right. Moving on. Skylar Comics issue 0. Now, this is an interesting one. This is Indonesian, right, Stein?
It's what it said. And I'm assuming it is because I don't really know what language they speak in Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess.
Yeah. I found the publisher. This looks like the publisher. They have put out quite a few stuff. They have this series called Volt, which looks interesting. Here we go. See some stuff. So pretty cool. Upstart publisher in Indonesia. Got some interesting looking stuff. And this book tonight, though, is a Action Comics #1 homage that looks really good with all those signatures.
Yeah, and like I think if you just randomly glance at the cover, you wouldn't necessarily
Yep.
immediately say, "Oh, that's Action Comics."
You're right.
But then when you look at it a little closer,
Yeah.
you're like, it is.
Yeah.
Those are kind of decent homages when it doesn't look like you just trace the original and then just maybe changed one thing on it.
Yeah.
Like this is like a whole, like a different, like complete take on what that cover is. So kind of cool. I have no idea who those signatures are on there. I mean, I'm assuming the artists and stuff for this particular book, but no clue. Sold for $60. I've never even heard of it. This just came out like a year ago, so it's not like it's an old book or something. I've just never even heard of this. I just thought it was kind of cool just to even see something like this.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Excellent. Something that if I saw this at a con, like all signed up like this, I would buy that for $60. You know, take a shot on it type deal. So who knows? Pretty cool shit. Skylar Comics, go check them out. They got a bunch of stuff on that you can find on eBay too, which is very interesting. So, all right, moving on. This one's super cool. Transformers Universe featuring the Wreckers #1, the BotCon exclusive from 2001. Another homage, this time giant size X-Men. And you guys know, if you're longtime, House of Stein fans, Flipside fans, Beyond Wednesday fans, Drunken Chat fans, you know that we've talked about these crazy Transformer variants, and specifically the BotCon ones or the convention exclusives are some of the most rarest, with one of them being the rarest that I know of, but there could be other rare ones, but this one seems pretty rare too.
Yeah, I mean, 2001, that's a long time. First of all, it's 23 years ago now. The fact that they've had exclusives like this that long ago is, I mean, that was probably fairly unusual, right? I mean, there wasn't that many at any of the cons. I mean, there were some, but not a huge amount.
Do you remember this one? This one, it was a con, 2003, right? One of the rarest comics you'll ever see. I saw Jesse James not realize what this was and start it for $1 on one of his old school comic book shopping network live sales. And sorry, I apologize. Put it up for $1 auction on eBay, and it sold for like $7,000 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. He had no idea.
He was probably like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Am I getting scammed?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's like one of the only known sales of this in 20 years or however long it's been. So these convention exclusives, including this one that we're showing, they're pretty crazy. This one specifically, this from 2001, is first appearance of Primal Prime. You can see him in the upper right there, which is super cool. I always loved the Optimus Prime Beast Wars character, the big gorilla. And I always thought his toys, those were the coolest toys too. I think I still have them. But this also has a Beast Wars backup story, which is another cool part about it. But cool cover, rarity, and first appearance of a major character.
Hell yeah.
That's a hit. That's a perfect storm.
Perfect combination. Exactly. Perfect storm.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep. So, moving on next. All right. Again, synchronicity. Stein has no idea. I have no idea what books he's putting on there. He has no idea about what I'm about to tell him. Crossed Plus 100, issue number 9. For those of you guys that don't know, Crossed was a series originally by Garth Ennis, right? For Avatar. And they ended up doing this Cross Plus 100 series. Early Cy Spurrier, I believe. I know he did this one. But they also did these homage variants for pre-code horror books, where the only thing they really changed was the trade dress, and they would put the cross, the red blood cross, like the Templar's cross, on the character or on the image somewhere. And here you go. You got a famous PCH cover here, a great homage back in 2015, you know, when it wasn't as crazy it is now. So, and a lot of people didn't know about these, right? And here's the crazy thing, Stein. So I was only able to grab one, but I have been hoarding these issues for 10 years now, right? 9 years now. And I have so many of them, but my favorite is, hold on here. This one.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Look how good that is.
I can't imagine why that's your favorite one.
I know. with the red cross on the skull. Absolutely amazing. I have been hoarding these books, and there's a ton of them. I apologize, you guys. There's a ton of them. And what I mean by ton of them, not of each book, but of the different covers they homage, right? So this one specifically, issue number 9, had a big CGC 9.8 sale this week.
Yeah, I was surprised that there was actually any graded, but yeah, CGC 9.8 sold for $250 on this. I don't know how hard were these to get. I mean,
they're not easy. I think they might have been ratio variants too. Were they 1 in 10s? I could be wrong about that, but I don't think they were hard to get at the time. But nobody bought them, dude. You know, they were like a book that nobody bought.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I've got a box behind me. I've got a short box behind me with probably like, I don't know, 5 different covers, and there's probably 5 of each at least in there.
Do you have this one?
Yes. And guess where they're heading?
CGC?
CGC.
PSA.
No, fuck no. Yes, I'll leave the people that can go to PSA. I'll leave that to the big fish. I'm staying away from PSA, man. After everything I've heard, I don't want to get comic drama here, but after everything I've heard about their head grader, man, I want to hear more information, you know, about their head grader before I decide to send anything there, man. It's pretty.
What'd you hear?
Did you see that swag? Okay, so shout out to Swaggle House. He did a very cool little thing where he went and talked to each one of like the dealers, the actual comic dealers at San Diego, and he was talking to is it Jim at Bedrock Comics, and which is out your way, Hood. He's in Houston, right? I think that's in one of Nate's main stores, and Nate said that he's a real good guy. And so anyways, he talked to him, and he asked, Swag asked him, hey, what do you think about the new PSA? And that guy said, I'm not happy about who they chose for their head grader. And he basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, like, and there's a lot of people that aren't happy with it, and that the guy does not have a good name in the comic book, you know, world, which is, I don't know if it's true.
He can't grade, or he's shady.
Who knows? I don't know. I want to find out more about it. And you know me, I'm going to try and do that. So we'll see if we can get Mark Wilson on the show. We'll see if we can get Jim from Bedrock on the show. I don't know. I want to hear what other, you know, it was very interesting to see that. And he was okay with putting it out there because he was doing an interview. So anyways.
Long short saying, stay away from the PSA head grader, shady as F.
There we go. There we go. So we're going to have to talk about that at some point, maybe on a channel like Beyond Wednesdays and maybe on Comic Drama Alert. Moving on. Again, synchronicity, this whole fucking list, Stein. Rick and Morty, Pocket Like You Stole It, the Tetris variant. This is a Pocket Like You Stole It, number 1. The C cover, I think, Tetris variant. One that I sold in a whatnot sale about 2 weeks ago for like $5 in perfect condition. And
is this the right one?
Yes, 100%. Right? Is this wrong?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is right. It's the name that it's the artist that you said, the Calibre or whatever.
Is this is this the fried? I don't remember what it looks like. Is this
Rick and Morty
fried pie?
Oh no, maybe it's not. Okay. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the wrong one because I thought that like I did something crazy. Let me look it up. Rick and Morty Pocket Light. You stole it. Okay. I could be wrong, you guys. Here we go. Carolyn Maine version. Is that what it is?
It's what it had listed on the CGC case. Now, I don't know.
Which
No,
one?
I like this one better. The second one from the right, I think.
This
with
one
the
right
treasure
here?
chest. I think so.
Okay.
Does that say fried pie on it?
Yes, it does. Okay, good. All right. You almost made me feel like a schmuck for selling that book for $7. Whew.
I'll be honest. I like yours better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. This one sold for $700 in a CGC 9.8.
Fuck are those
Yeah.
things, dude?
Yeah, a CGC 9.8 of this sold for
Creeping me out,
$700.
dude.
Now, if somebody could please explain to me why? I mean, these fried pie variants are not. These are from Second and Charles, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure why this would be $700.
What?
I mean, were they all just destroyed? I mean, were they all in bad shape?
Bro.
Somebody help me. Somebody help me understand this one.
Chat,
'cause
does
I don't.
anybody know? If you know and you're watching this on the replay, leave us a comment. Because, yeah, I remember. Did Fried Pie go out of business and then and Second and Charles all bought it? Or was it originally Second and Charles?
Man, Yi would know if he was here.
It's very
I
interesting.
don't know. I just wondering because if it was, most of those fried pies were polybagged. Like almost all of their variants were always polybagged. So I'm sure it's probably not the easiest thing to get a 9.8. This was the only 9.8 I think on the census, but I don't know. 700 seems a bit stupid.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sorry if you're one of the ones who bought it, or if you're the one who bought it, it seems kind of stupid. But
Let's take a look here. I want to see that then. The actual sale. Because it could be suspect.
What issue number is this?
Right here. Look at that. Yeah. They're calling it a Zelda variant, which, yeah, that's what those little things are. They're from Zelda.
Oh.
And he's Link.
Oh, pop 3. So there are 3 of them. I don't know. It just I didn't quite understand it. It was listed for $875 but sold for $7. So I have no clue.
Wow. Crazy, man.